What is going on, everybody? Welcome back here to the channel. I'm Sean Davis. Make sure you guys smash that like button here and subscribe here to the channel as well if you all are new. We're gonna have a fun show. Today. We are going to dive into a really fun class here, doing a live mock draft. I want to say this is mock draft 4.0 here on the channel. So yeah, welcome in. What's going on? What's up, my guy Battle Bar? How you doing, bro? And yeah, let's get into this thing. All right, so we're gonna be using Fanspo, obviously Fanspo's mock draft simulator. I wish there were more options, honestly, for NBA mock draft simulators. But we're gonna be doing this live, walk you guys through kind of my thought process. What's up, Jay Hoodie? Also, this mock draft, as well as almost all of my mock drafts, they are what I would do mock drafts, putting myself in the seat of all 30 NBA front office execs, GMs, etc. I don't think we'll do any trades. If you guys really want me to, we can maybe do some trades. But with that being said, I don't have my official big board done, so we're not going to be using my big board here yet. My big board, I'm hoping I can have it officially done next week. And once again, before we get started officially, if you guys are new, please make sure you guys subscribe here to the channel. Greatly appreciate that. The Atlanta Hawks on the clock, first overall pick. There's a lot of smoke going around with the Hawks. And you know what? I think I'm actually going to be a hypocrite. I'm going to go back on my word here for a sec. If this is legit, and you could actually pull off like 4 and 8, you give up Trey, right? And then maybe you take one more future first. In reality, when I have more time to prepare and do like actual graphic stuff like that, maybe we'll do that in the next one. But that's something if I'm Atlanta in a Trey Young deal. I don't know how badly San Antonio really wants Trey Young, but if that's actually a possibility, then that is something that I really would consider if I am Atlanta. 80 is the real depoy. What's up? What's up, man? Welcome in. But if I'm Atlanta here and we are sticking and picking, if I'm sticking and picking here, I'm gonna just take, in my opinion, the best player in this draft class that I think honestly fits both timelines. Where if Atlanta wanted to go all out and rebuild this team, your young core now all of a sudden is Jalen Johnson, Alex Sarr. Who knows what they do with DeJounte Murray or Trey Young, obviously. But that, too, as your future front court. You have Onyeka Okongwu still, too, who I think, honestly, sucks for him. He never really got a real opportunity to grow and solidify himself as a starter. But Atlanta they can have a bright future. If they handle this offseason correctly, Atlanta can have a bright future. We're just going to get, in my opinion, the best player in this draft class. Alex Sarr. The only way I trade out of this pick is if something like San Antonio really gained 4 and 8. I don't know where I saw the report from. If there's a legitimacy to it, that's the only way I consider not taking Alex Sarr here. I think there's also some smoke that Quinn Snyder likes Donovan Clingan too. Maybe I'm making that up, but again, if that is true, then I would just trade back, take 4 and 8 from San Antonio, and you call it a day. Washington Wizards are on the clock here at 2. For me personally, again, we're doing a what I would do mock draft. 2 is a little rich for me, at least, to take Donovan Clingan. Although he is such a safe prospect, I think his ceiling is kind of like a Rudy Gobert, maybe Rudy Gobert light, because Rudy Gobert is a generational defender. So again, maybe too much high praise, right? But again, Rudy Gobert light, if you will. And I think. I'm getting fried on Twitter for a take about Drake's song, but nonetheless, this is a little too rich for me. I think I'm just gonna take Zachary Ricochet here at 2. Ron Holland as well might be the move there. We're gonna take Zach Ricochet there too. The guy has grown on me a little bit more throughout the draft process. I would have taken Nikola Topic at 2, but the Nikola Topic injury concerns have really dropped him. He's been my second highest graded prospect throughout this whole draft cycle until recently, where now I think he's 7th on my board now due to some injury concerns, and that might continue to fall depending on once I go back and look at some more of the like kind of refresh my memory on some of the prospects, if you will, just get more film. So yeah, right now we're gonna go with Zach Grishashay for Washington. He could be the guy that we're gonna rebuild around for the future. I'm looking to go guard or big. I maybe regret that pick. Maybe I take Ron Holland, but too late for that. Savage says, Sean, what if Topic drops to 17 like last year? Whitmore, I think you take him. Just take the freaking best player and you go at that point in the draft. Houston, 3rd overall pick. Houston's an interesting team to pick for. I personally don't like taking Donovan Clingan 3rd overall for Houston either, because my thought process is here. If I'm Houston, I'm taking Donovan Clingan at 3 to be my backup big, essentially, right? Because I don't think that moving Sengun to the 4 is the move. I think they like Steven. I think they're going to give Steven Adams a shot, at least for now, to be the backup big. You have him on an expiring contract, so I mean, I guess in theory you can move him. I'm going to try to go get our long-term, potential like backcourt mate, and we're going to go get. This is one of my more favorite fits in the draft. We're going to go get Reed Sheppard and with the 3rd overall pick, a dynamic scoring guard that, and maybe dynamic's the wrong word, but someone that can fit really, really easily with all your future pieces. You got Cam Whitmore still. You have your guards. You have Amen Thompson. You have Jalen Green. You have Tart. Like this is a young team. I think Reed Sheppard's going to come in and fit like a glove. Seen a report that Topic has a partially torn ACL. Do you take that risk if you're LA? What's his ceiling? I think you take that risk at 17. It's a little bit different than Cam Whitmore because Cam Whitmore was dealing with a partially torn ACL. What's his ceiling? He was one of the weirder players for me to comp. I actually still really don't have a pro comp for Nikola Topic, but with Topic, man, I think he can be a lead guard on a really freaking good team. Again, second best prospect in my opinion. The jumper isn't completely broken, but the playmaking, his feel for the game is the best in this draft class, in my opinion. The finishing ability at the rim. I think one of the best things about Topic is for a young guard, typically you see young guards kind of shy away from the rim, if that makes sense. And Topic fully embraces the contact that he gets met with at the rim. Such a dynamic player around the rim, even though he's a below the rim finisher, if that makes sense. I do like Topic a ton. Again, he was the second highest graded player on my board for a lot of the process until recently. Rockets want to trade that pick plus capital for Mikal Subban. They're leaking everything. Brooklyn and Chicago are just lost franchises at this point. And it's honestly kind of funny. So San Antonio on the clock. San Antonio on the clock here at 4. For me, at least, this might be a hot take, and maybe I can get him at. No, it's not. It was not a hot take. Never mind. We're gonna take Ron Holland. We're gonna take Ron Holland here at 4, and I'm not gonna really think about it if I'm San Antonio. If in previous iterations, I think I probably would have taken a guard like a Topic at 4 if he was still there. But I'm going to take Ron Holland. If I look at my big board right now, Ron Holland now is actually taking spot for being the number 2 highest graded player on my big board currently. You look at Ron Holland, a guy that I think is actually getting really underrated in this draft class. He's starting to get more credit, I suppose, recently. But I think you look at Ron Holland, day one's going to track as a good defender. The jumper, he got more comfortable with it, I think, in the second half of the season. I think he is a really freaking good athlete. I'm going to go with Ron Holland there at 4, a guy that long-term, next to Victor Wembanyama, is going to be really, really, really fun. The Detroit Pistons are on the clock here at 5. And I haven't made this pick ever. Oh, my God, Isaiah Collier's low on ESPN's big board. Good grief. I haven't made this pick ever before. I don't feel great about making this pick. I'm going to take Matas Buzelis here at 5 for the Detroit Pistons. I think so. My pro comp for Matas Buzelis is Franz Wagner from the Orlando Magic, and I think that with Franz, I think that. Franz, how good he is really depends. Like, can the jumper be consistent? And like, Miles Morales has had really good, jump shooting seasons in high school. It just didn't really translate at all with the G League Ignite. I love his ability as a weak side shot blocker. Has good upside long term as a defender. And I think pairing him with a Cade Cunningham, you trust that the jumper is going to come back and be more consistent. I think this is the pick. I think this should be the pick here at 5. So we're now Charlotte on the clock. Let's see. Let's see what we should do here. Charlotte at 6. Stephon Castle, we're not going to do that. Sean, is Ausar Thompson a good pick for Ron Holland? A good comp, for Ron Holland. I don't actually, you know what? My pro comp actually for Ron Holland, let me see if I can find it really fast. My pro comp was Cam Whitmore. Maybe, I guess, like a better defender than Cam Whitmore, obviously, right? But I trust, going back to like my thoughts on them as prospects, I believe more in Ron Holland's future self-creation upside and just his offensive game in general more than I believed in Ausar Thompson's offensive upside. And Ausar Thompson is just I don't know if generational defender is a bit much, but Ausar Thompson is a better defender than Ron Holland is. So better defender, better offensive player. Yeah. If the jumper comes around consistently, he could be the best player. Oh yeah, absolutely. You should go live on draft night, guys. What do you guys think? If you guys are down, I would love to do a live show on draft night here on the channel. If you guys are down, I would love to. Be fun. I'm still adding to the setup too, so that'll be a really fun idea. Shout out to AD's the real depoy. Cass reminds me more of Ausar than Ron does. That's a good point. Yeah, I actually like that. My comp for Stephon Castle was Anthony Black. That was my pro comp for Stephon Castle, was Anthony Black. So, although I could see your idea with and your reasoning rather for going Ausar. Now, will Lakers say shot draft night like last year? Again, it's just more so like if you guys would be down with me doing one here on this channel, then I would love to. But we'll see. Something to think about. Maybe I'll post a poll on Twitter. All right, Charlotte's on the clock here at 6. So reviewing our top 5, we went Sarr, Risacher, Shepard, Holland, Buzelis. So back-to-back G League igniters going 4-5. Charlotte's on the clock. Do we add another wing? Do we go Cody Williams here, actually? Cody Williams, would it be a bad pick? Honestly, like, this would be a perfect trade down spot. In previous mock drafts, I've actually done Stephon Castle because I think, like, that's actually one of my more favorite landing spots for Charlotte is Stephon Castle. But with the stuff that Stephon Castle is only going to work out with teams that, need a point guard or whatever, essentially just completely tanking his draft stock. I think that we're gonna stay away from Stephon Castle here at 6. And you know what? Screw it. I think that I'm making sure because ESPN's board is so freaking weird. Yeah, we're gonna take Cody Williams. I think I still believe in Mark Williams, so we're not gonna take Mark Williams here at 6. I still believe in Mark Williams, so we're not gonna take Donovan Clingan here at 6. We're not going to take Don Connect. We're going to take Cody Williams. Another upside pick here for us for Charlotte here at number 6. With the way the board's fallen, yeah, we're just going to stick and pick. We're going to go with Cody Williams there at 6. Battle Bar says Cass will be nice to Charlotte, but heard he doesn't want to go to teams with point guards. Yeah, again, that statement is so goofy in my opinion. You're essentially, like I said, limiting yourself to what? San Antonio. Just looking at the lottery. San Antonio, Washington, and Atlanta, maybe depending on what they do with Trey and DeJounte. So just a bad idea, in my opinion. Portland, we're sprinting to the board and we're sprinting to the table, and we're gonna take Diamond Clingan at 7. This is a perfect landing spot, in my opinion. I love this a lot. Again, I said going back to Washington at 2, for me at least, I thought it was a bit of a reach to take Diamond Clingan second overall. Here at 7 for Portland, I love it. This is a slam dunk pick. Like I said, with Diamond Clingan, I think that he's a guy that if he pans out, he can be the upside's like a Rudy Gobert light. Really freaking good shot blocker. I really buy into his floor as a player of still being a pretty solid NBA player. I love Diamond Clingan. Perfect fit, in my opinion, there at 7. So we got the San Antonio Spurs, and the Spurs are at a really interesting spot because do you just take the upside pick here at 8? Do you just take the upside pick here at 8 of Nick? Well, I mean, actually, you still have another upside pick here with Isaiah Collier. So do you take who, in my opinion, is the second when healthy? He's the second best player on my board, in Nikola Topic. Like, this is a dream landing spot. This is a dream spot if you're San Antonio here, looking at the way the board is shaped out here at 8, because you can really just pick between any of these guards. Rob Dillingham, Nikola Topic, Devin Carter, Jared McCain, Isaiah Collier. You can pick between Stephon Castle. You can pick between any of those of those players. And you feel really, really good about it. I'm San Antonio. I think I'm going to take who is still my second best player when healthy. I get it. There's injury concerns. I'm going to take Nikola Topic. I don't feel particularly great about it, honestly, because Isaiah Collier is really calling my name there. But we walk out of this draft with Nikola Topic and Ron Holland. I feel really, really good. I feel really, really good about that. If Nikola Topic was healthy, I would have considered him at 4. We're going to take him at 8. The Memphis Grizzlies are on the clock now. And with Diamond Clingan gone, which is a popular pick of mine, we are, semi-left scrambling now. And I'm actually curious what you guys think. Stephon Castle is falling because he tanked his own draft stock, in my opinion. So for, I'm actually kind of stuck. For Memphis, we are going to take chat. You know what? Feel like the Grizz trades the pick. I'm lost as take where. It's a bit high. So like right now for the Grizz, I'm lost as take where for the Grizz. Chat, what are you guys thinking here? Even though he does not want to like come here because of the guard situation, I honestly am thinking Stephon Castle. Or honestly, even a Devin Carter here, honestly. Right? Long-term option. Yeah. Well, what are you guys thinking? So, again, we got where. I was even thinking like Tadon Saloon here at 9 for Memphis. I might honestly just trade this pick because I really don't know what to do. So we're going to look to trade back. Who could trade up here and try to take a guard? Man, does Portland? No. Chat says Dawn Connect. All right, that's the first one. All right, cool. We can take Dawn Connect. We'll just take Dawn Connect here at 9. J Hoodie says if Clingan is gone, I think he gets traded. I ultimately agree, but yeah, we'll just take Dawn Connect. We'll just take Dawn Connect, and we will call it a day. We'll just call it a day. We'll take Dawn Connect. And here at 10, the Utah Jazz, I'm actually going to take Stephon Castle, I think we're going to take Stephon Castle. Rob Dillingham falls. And we're going to stop the Stephon Castle slide. It's either Castle or it's Collier. I'm going to take Castle. We're going to take Castle here at 10, and we're going to call it a day. I think Castle has the potential to be the best point of attack defender in this draft class because I don't think I view Ryan Dunn as a point of attack defender because I think he's so special, and I think he's going to be used in other avenues outside of his point of attack defense. Has legitimate on-ball creation upside. Good playmaker, I think. I like Stephon Castle a ton. I think, honestly, I would have taken him at 6. I might have considered him in one of the San Antonio spots. But I mean, I'm just going to take him at 10. I'm going to take him at 10. And we are going to and we're going to call it a day. So, yeah, hold on one sec. All right, here, number 11. What am I? Okay, Sexton and Castle and Keontae George backcourt is fun. It's fun. I love that idea of a backcourt. I love the idea for a backcourt. So now we're here. Ooh, Sexton and Castle backcourt defensively scary. Yeah, there is a bunch of fun. There's a bunch of fun options there for Utah at 10. Okay, 11 here for Chicago. I freaking hate when Chicago gets drafted, gets mocked guards. Unless like you are just hell bent on the fact that they are trading one of their guards. Their backcourt is freaking just loaded. You have Lonzo Ball still under contract. Potentially, he might come back next season. Zach LaVine, his market is terrible. So he might maybe Chicago tries to keep him around and try to help him rebuild his stock back up. Kobe White had a breakout year. Alex Caruso, Ayo Dosunmu, Javon Carter, and then you will be throwing in another guard. I can't stand the idea of taking a guard here for Chicago. Please stop doing that. Stop taking guard, Chicago. Now, with that being said, we're going to take a guard. I quit. Right here at 11, since I think Chicago's ultimately going to try to run it back at the end of the day, we're going to take, since I think Chicago's running it back, we're going to take probably the most win now wing in this draft class, and we're going to take Tristan da Silva. That might be a reach in a lot of people's eyes. Tristan da Silva is actually right now perfectly aligned. He is 11th on my board currently. Maybe I would have went with a Jacoby Walter. We already took Cody Williams, unless I'm like completely blanking on something. Yeah, we took Cody Williams at 6. I just hate the idea of taking a guard for Chicago. So OKC's on the clock at 12. Devin Carter is intriguing to me. Tadon Saloon is intriguing to me. Do they take a big? Do they go like a Yves Missy, a Chloe Ware? Stop mocking Da Silva to non-Laker teams. He's perfect as the backup 3. Da Silva would be perfect to the Lakers. If Da Silva drops, if Da Silva falls to the Lakers at 17, you absolutely take that. So OKC, the most OKC pick out of all OKC picks is Tadon Saloon here. Chad, guys, what are we thinking here? Because Tadon Saloon is the OKC pick, right? Yeah. So Chad, what are you guys thinking? Rob falling to OKC is insane. If I'm OKC, I'm fine with Case and Wallace. I'm fine with Case and Wallace. I'm actually more than fine with Case and Wallace, to be completely honest with you. So I'm not really looking guard. Heard his draft stock. I think I saw Tadon Saloon get drafted 5th in maybe it's the Yahoo Sports mock draft. So Tadon Saloon, maybe I go big like he's Missy here. I like that fit a lot, actually. We're gonna take Tadon Saloon here at 12, which makes this Sacramento Kings pick the easiest pick in the draft. We're gonna take Rob Dillingham. We're gonna take Rob Dillingham for Sacramento. My actual pro comp for Rob Dillingham is like a Malik Monk. And in a best case dream scenario, it's like some version of Tyrese Maxey, where like if Rob Dillingham gets drafted by San Antonio, he has the opportunity to be elite ball handler. Then you maybe get some version of Tyrese Maxey. But here for Sacramento, we're probably going to lose Malik Monk anyway. So a team like Orlando, we're just going to take the perfect replacement for Malik Monk in Rob Dillingham and call it a day at 13. Jay Hoodie says, if I'm OKC, shock the world to take Rob and start Casey Wallace next to Shea. That's actually not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I actually don't mind that. So Portland here on the clock at 14. With the way the board's kind of falling, we already took Clingan. I think I'm just gonna take. I think I'm gonna take Devin Carter. I think. Again, I hate how ESPN's board is shaped out. Yeah, okay, I'm scrolling too far. Oh my god, Deron Holmes at 45 is nuts, in my opinion, at least. So yeah, I mean, Jared McCain. No, I would just actually. You know what? I'm not going to take Devin Carter. I'm going to take Jacoby Walter. We're going to walk out with Jacoby Walter and Diamond Clingan for OKC. I'm sorry, not for OKC. For the Portland Trailblazers. We're going to walk out with that. And then the Miami Heat. This is the most Heat culture pick possible. And for the Miami Heat, I think we're going to take... I really want to take Devin Carter for Miami. But I also look and I see Isaiah Collier. And I feel like Isaiah Collier, long term, he's not the Heat culture pick. And I guess we're not the Miami Heat. You know what? Screw it. We're going to take the best player available. Jay Hoodie saying McCain to Miami. I think I might just take best player available to take Collier to Miami. Devin Carter is a bad no. This is perfect range. Devin Carter right now this is actually perfect. I think I have Devin Carter 15th on my board currently. Hold on, wait, let me double check. I posted on Twitter. Yeah, Devin Carter is 15 on my board. Collier is 9 on my board though. Oh man, chat, what do we do? We're deciding between Devin Carter and Isaiah Collier here to Miami. I got some Jared McCain love. I'm not taking Zach Edey to Miami. We are taking one of Carter, McCain, or Collier here at 15. Jay Hoodie says McCain to Miami. Devin Carter isn't bad though. I don't really think big. If I were to go big, I'm thinking about more versatility like Khalil Ware or Deron Holmes, actually. All right, I'm just going to take best player available. We're going to take best player available. He's our long-term point guard option for Miami. We're going to take Isaiah Collier. I don't feel great about it, only because it's not the Heat culture pick. And again, maybe I shouldn't have the idea in my head because we're not the freaking Miami Heat. So we're just going to take that there. The Philadelphia 76ers are on the clock here at 16. And we are going to take for Philly. For Philly, I actually weirdly like the idea of Jared McCain for Philly. It's the backup point guard. I actually really like the idea. I really like the idea for Philly. Take it, Jared McCain. We're going to take Jared McCain there. All right, 17. The Los Angeles Lakers are on the clock. Devin Carter is here. Just look at the board. Ooh, maybe I should have taken Bub Carrington, actually. Devin Carter's here. Zach Edey's here. Now, again, from the Lakers' perspective, right? I'm not taking Zach Edey with the board like this. I see Devin Carter's here. I see Deron Holmes is here. I'm taking one of those two guys before I touch Zach Edey personally. And with that being said, I'm taking Devin Carter. If Devin Carter is here, I'm sprinting to the board. This is one of the few scenarios where I don't consider taking where I don't really consider trading the pick. If Devin Carter's here, if Isaiah Collier's here, Tristan da Silva, yeah, like I don't trade the pick. Just give me Devin Carter. My question marks, I guess, honestly, why it took me a little bit longer, I think, to like really get behind and really be a fan of Devin Carter is because a lot of my concerns about Devin Carter as a player really fall around his self-creation upside, where in reality, that's not what he's going to be needed for, right? Like, you're not drafting Devin Carter to be your long-term primary ball handler like he was at Providence. You're drafting Devin Carter for his intangibles, his how good of an athlete he is, his defensive upside. I'm not in love with his shooting mechanics, but I think, again, like, you're not asking him to be an on-ball self-creator. And that's really where I'm more of my concerns with. So we're going to take Devin Carter, and we are going to be freaking ecstatic about it. I don't care that the Lakers don't need a guard. You need more athleticism in the backcourt, which is something I've highlighted in recent content of mine. And we're going to take Isaiah Collier. Devin Carter. Carter, Holmes are Ware. I really like Ware, though. His ceiling is a two-way Christian Wood. So I was crazy about that is my low-end comp is Lakers version Christian Wood. My high-end comp is Miles Turner, right? That's my pro comp. So I ironically say his ceiling is a two-way Christian Wood, Miles Turner. Next up, we're on the clock back with the Orlando Magic, and we're going to take Bub Carrington. This is one of my more favorite fits in this draft class now. Bub Carrington, the youngest player in this draft class, but has such great self-creation upside. I'm such a big fan of Bub Carrington. He's going to ultimately wind up being a fun prospect in this league. We're more than halfway in. So before we continue, do me a big favor and leave a like on the stream if you guys are watching on the YouTube side, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Greatly appreciate that. Let's keep it rolling. Just to update, this is where we're at right now. All right, next up, the Toronto Raptors are on the clock here at 18, and this feels like a Raptors pick. And I like his upside. We're going to take Yves Missi. I think this is the type of big Toronto really wants to. We're going to take Yves Missi there at 18 for the 19 for the Toronto Raptors. Another guy I would have considered at 17 for the Lakers. 19, the Cleveland Cavaliers are on the clock. And I think, honestly, we're going to take Jalen Tyson. Jalen Tyson out of Cal. Another guy that I'm like a late bloomer on in terms of like my how much I like them as a player. Jalen Tyson, a guy that has great versatility, I think, on both ends of the floor. And I'm a fan of his. For sure. Now, I agree with Carter, but the Lakers need size to have like player as skilled big man. I think the Lakers need more than that, though, and that's why I think it's not like the Lakers. And when I go look at the guard spot, I said you need more athleticism and you need more like just a capable defender for your backcourt. You need a 3-and-D wing. You need a skilled big that can ideally play next to AD that has some more size. You need all those things. So when you need all three of those things, so there's a player that fills one of those needs that's also like pretty clearly, in my opinion, the best player available. I think you take that. Whether it's Carter or Collier, I think you take that. That's why I went with Devin Carter. I don't really have a good Devin Carter pro comp. At the beginning, my pro comp was like some weird version of Brandon Podziemski, probably a better on-ball defender. I think Podziemski's fine defensively, but I think Podziemski is better in the pass. He gets his stuff like in the passing lane, stuff like that. So, yeah, that was kind of my initial pro comp, actually, was like some weird version of Brandon Podziemski. That was my initial pro comp. All right, now we're here, 21 with the New Orleans Pelicans, and this is actually one of my more favorite destinations. Actually, I really like Kel'el Ware for the New Orleans Pelicans. If we are drafting a big for New Orleans, I want to draft a big. I want to draft a big that can really play next to Zion, space the floor. That's why Zach Edey doesn't really make a ton of sense for me if I'm New Orleans. I'm going to take Kel'el Ware. Also has one of the highest ceilings in this class, especially out of the bigs. Freak athlete. The motor's been a concern, but with Kel'el Ware. Maybe I should have just taken Deron Holmes there now I think about it. Kel'el Ware is a guy that he's interviewed really well recently, which is something that's important because I think that's giving me some more reassurance that, like, okay, he knows he has to address all the motor questions. Next up on the clock here, this might be a shocker of a pick for me, actually. We're going to scroll down. We're going to go find Deron Holmes. I really like Deron Holmes' fit here for the Phoenix Suns. Give this team some more versatility. Give us a legitimate backup big as well. We're going to take Deron Holmes, 22, for the Phoenix Suns, and we're going to call it a day there. I told this story in the past. I evaluated Kel'el Ware and Deron Holmes back-to-back, and I had a very strong opinion about Kel'el Ware. I had a very strong opinion. It was, at the time, I liked the idea of him more than I liked the actual player. Meaning, like, I liked the idea more than I liked the film that was actually presented. And I go watch Deron Holmes immediately after, and I say, okay, that's just a good player. And that's nothing against Deron Holmes, obviously, right? Like, being a good player is a good player. It's a good thing to be, obviously, right? But I truly just think he's just going to be a good player. And I think he's going to come in, fit in nicely. So JOD says, Suns drafting Bron and try to get Bron. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I really like that pickup for Phoenix. I feel really good about that one. Next up, we got the Milwaukee Bucks. And this is actually, I'm going to continue to get flack for this, right? But I'm going to take Ryan Dunn. We are going to try to rebuild this defense. We're going to take Ryan Dunn, and we are going to try to just not even ignore the offensive concerns, but we're going to focus on how damn good and how damn special he is defensively, and use that to try to help retool this defense. This defense needs a lot of work, especially after trading Drew. Middleton's up in age, so he's out the defender. Let's try to bulk up our defense. The Knicks are on the clock. In reality, the Knicks are probably going to trade this pick. I look at the board here currently. AJ Johnson's the guy that really intrigues me. Try to find Pacome Dadiet here, actually. Where is Pacome Dadiet? Maybe. Okay, no way Pacome Dadiet's that far. Did I pass him? Bronny James now 52nd on ESPN's big board, mind you. Oh, there he is. We're going to take Pacome Dadiet. I love his 3-and-D upside. We're going to take Pacome Dadiet. And then for the Knicks, we might lose out on let's take a look at the bigs here really fast. We might lose out on Isaiah Hartenstein. Okay. We might lose out on Isaiah Hartenstein this summer. Might just get outpriced. So this is going to be the Zach Edey spot. We're going to take Zach Edey and Pacome Dadiet back-to-back picks. That's going to be the spot for us. And I'm honestly just going to roll with it, right? In case we get outbidded on Isaiah Hartenstein, we have a fallback plan. Pacome Dadiet, the more upside play, Zach Edey, the guy that we probably want to play earlier on, and still has the upside, obviously. Washington, we took our wing. Maybe you double dip. If I look at the guards, I don't think I take Tyler Collect there. I think there's better guys I think that I like for them. So we're going to double dip here, and we're going to, in air quotes, address our big spot. We're going to take Kyle Filipowski. That's the landing spot that I really, really do like. A stretch 5 that my pro comp from is Kelly Olynyk, that I do have some question marks about his defense, but I think with Kyle Filipowski, stretch 5 is going to fit in nicely, I think, with the young group we're building around there in Washington, and does still have a good bit amount of upside. I would have taken Zach Edey if Zach Edey was still available, though, at 26. The Minnesota Timberwolves are on the clock. This is a much more favorable landing spot, in my opinion. I love this idea. We're going to take Tyler Collect, a guy that can just run the offense, be the orchestrator, and that's the guy that we're going to take there. I love Tyler Collect's game. One of my first evals I did, my pro comp for Tyler Collect is Goran Dragic, has the floater, can't finish above the rim. Really good feel for the game. Next level reads, and it is a good three-point shooter. We're going to throw that in there. So actually, honestly, maybe like a worse version of Mike Conley, right? Maybe that's what we're describing there. Ryan Dunn gives me Matisse Thybulle vibes. That's fair. That's actually my my like low end comp, if you will. Like, okay, the shot never really truly comes around. Matisse Thybulle would have been my comp. The Denver Nuggets are on the clock here at 28. And for the Denver Nuggets, we're gonna take some upside here, and we're gonna take Keyshawn George. We're gonna take Keyshawn George, 3 in the upside for really, really young player. One of the lone like bright spots for that Miami Hurricanes team. We're gonna take Keyshawn George. I like him a ton. And right after that, actually, this is a pretty easy pick for me for Utah. We took Stephon Castle. We're going to go more upside. One of the biggest winners of the NBA draft combine. We're going to take, this might be a reach, AJ Johnson in the first round. Yes, I said it. We're going to take AJ Johnson. And then the Boston Celtics are going to take Tyler Smith. Pretty easy pick, in my opinion. So that is our draft. Maybe we should have taken Johnny Furphy. Who cares? But that is our first round mock draft, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this mock draft. Gonna have a bunch of other great draft content on the way. My Luka Doncic breakdown, I'm gonna go work on. I have a right now after this is over. That should hopefully drop tonight, if not very early in the morning tomorrow. And yeah, it's a very exciting time on the channel. Might as well talk about this now. So if we do a live draft stream here again, I'll put a poll out on Twitter and see what you guys are thinking there. So if we do a live draft stream, what I'm going to do is immediately after the draft is over, I'm going to have my biggest winners losers, obviously from night 1 of the draft. That will release on day 2 before the second round drops, obviously. And then I'm going to have my draft grades for every single team in the NBA that made a draft selection. Could be doing their draft grades. And then immediately following that, you have free agency, obviously, free agency reactions and stuff like that. Maybe we'll do some more free agency live streams and stuff like that. You got Summer League. Then as soon as I get back from Summer League, guys, we'll be doing my preseason power ranking series where I'll be going through team by team, ranking them, and we'll have some guests on for each episode of the series. It's going to be really, really fun. If you guys follow the Front Office show, I did some version of this last season, the year before that. Never finished the series. Not going to explain why, but we're going to finish the series. We're going to do it this year on this channel. Film breakdowns throughout the NBA Finals are coming as well. I didn't really want to do an NBA Finals preview, but we'll do a film breakdown after game 1 of the series. And more draft content on the way as well. So it's a very busy time here on the channel. I'm very, very excited. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button for me. And make sure you guys follow me on X at Sean_DABI if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, guys. Till next time. See ya. Stay safe and peace out.